Right, Vibes in 5, Ghana's first social media celeb talk show. The name Arnold, Men's Elavanyo. You can always call me, bro. You see me? Big shouts, Eddie Dazekins. Big shouts going out to you, Legend Brown and Sat. And to you, cherished audience. You guys are awesome. I love you all. And we'll definitely make sure we give you just what you want, because that's what keeps you coming back from all over the world. We've been accepted, Africa and beyond. This is the platform. No two ways about it. So if it's your first time, chancing on this platform, definitely what you have to do is to like, subscribe, follow, share, tell someone about it, and keep coming back, because what you want is here. My guest goes by the name Dr. Brown. Dr. Brown. And he's going to talk about the importance of names, the spiritual implications of names. Are you aware that you are suffering in life because of the name you have? Are you also aware that you are prospering in life because of the name you have? Do you also know that your name is making some evil spirits get you easily? Take a name like Last Killer. If your boys call you Last Killer and you are happy about it, you will be the last to be killed. Dr. Brown. So, boys who take nicknames like Kilankuto.
Great Capon.
Yeah, Great Capon. If they call you Kilankuto, all you will have in this life would be shea butter.
Shea butter from the north.
Nkuto. So, Dr. Brown, your name Brown, what is its significance on your life?
Well,
you are wearing brown belt.
Well, the vibration of the name and then my etheric body actually match.
Okay.
So, a whole lot of in-depth analysis were done before
you were given the name Brown.
Yes, please.
But so is it your parents who confirmed the in-depth analysis to you, or you just think they did?
No, it's not that I think. They did.
They did?
Yes.
So what is the name Brown doing for you?
Well, that is what I'm being known to. That is what people used to identify me or describe me.
That means any name at all can be used?
Not at all.
At the end of the day, it's just an identification tool. A tool that when you mention, it can be linked to you.
It is like that, but it also goes beyond that.
Beyond that.
Yes.
So what are we going to look at? The beyondness or the normal understanding of names?
Well, we will do the normal one. If there is time, we'll
go beyond.
We'll delve beyond a bit.
Okay, so let's start. Where are we starting from?
All right. So first of all, names are sounds. The sounds are the rays from the sun.
Right.
The sun rays has interactions between the cosmos and then we, the humans. So we have the macro and then the micro. So
right.
Should we continue with this?
No, let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
So we are interrelating between the energies that are formed between the cosmos and then we, the humans here.
Right.
So the sun rays has 7 dimensions, or let's say 7 phases.
The sun rays has 7 dimensions or 7 phases.
That is what forms the 7 rainbow colors.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. Yeah.
So if the pronunciation of your name, the alphabet, has interaction between these 7 rays, any of the 7 rainbow colors, it will definitely have an influence on you.
If the sound of your name,
the pronunciation
of your name has an interaction with any of the 7 rainbow colors, it will have an effect on you.
It will have an influence on you.
It will have an influence on you.
You see, that is why the pronunciation of A is different from B.
B, yes.
They are all alphabets.
Right.
But their pronunciations are
different.
Different, because the vibrations of it are also what?
Different.
Also different. There are people who are suffering because of the vibration of the name. The energy of it doesn't go with their etheric body or their astral body. And then bear in mind that whatever that happens here begins in astral realm. So let me give you an example.
Yes.
If your name is not important, then this example will not make sense. The example is that if somebody dies here, let's say that room, when people come, they will not say, Uncle Arnold, have you seen Uncle Brown?
No.
They'll ask you, have you seen the body?
Have you seen the body? Yes.
They don't address the person by the name again.
By the name again. Once the person is dead,
the moment you die,
the name ceases to exist.
The name ceases to exist.
Yeah.
That is why in certain churches, before they take the corpse to the cemetery, they pronounce the name 3 times, and you see that everybody will be quiet in the church, and then the person doesn't respond. That's the last thing that they do before they convey
take
the body.
And they even refer to the body as tin, adieno.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So another example is that there are certain people that if, let's say, you are living in a country, you are not a citizen of that country, you want to go for naturalization. Sometimes certain people, when they call me, I have had instances that I have made the people come down here for us to do 1 or 2 things before they go for the naturalization test. Certain people, their names, it's not that you may have a very sweet name here, but in Astra, it may be rubbish.
It may be rubbish.
Another example is that if you mention the name Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, that name on any Muslim has a very great influence.
Any name Muhammad on
the name Prophet Muhammad.
The name Prophet Muhammad
has a very great influence on every Muslim.
Yes.
Despite the name as Jesus Christ.
Yes.
To
Christians.
The Christians.
Yes.
You understand? So we may have people who are using the name Muhammad. That doesn't mean that their purpose in life and the name goes together. Prophet Muhammad had his purpose. Then his purpose and his name, and then the vibration.
In tandem.
Thank you. Don't we have Muhammads who are armed robbers?
Yes, we do have.
We have Muhammads who are rapists.
Yusufs who are armed robbers, Muhammads who are rapists and all. Yeah.
Does that mean that all Muhammads are bad?
No.
Good. It means that the name that you are using, you have to check it.
If it connects with your Astra self, Astra being.
Thank you.
So if there's a disconnect between your name and your Astra being, and the Astra being is what?
The astral being, let's say, is your spiritual body.
It's your spiritual body.
Yes.
So if your physical name is not in connection with your spiritual body,
it will have
a negative effect on you. But if your physical name is in connection with your spiritual body, it will have a positive effect on you. And you said the rainbow has 7 colors.
Yes.
So these 7 colors, if your name vibrates amongst any of the 7 colors, it will have positive effect on you.
You see, the names, the alphabets, you know, let's say like the alphabets, no? If the pronunciation and the sound of it tallies with the rainbow colors, it will have an effect on you. Either positive or bad.
Negative, yeah.
You see, this man, the great Capone, he was a very bad person. But we have people who choose that name upon themselves. Yet, we have people who are using the same name, but they are very good people.
Yes, but people who are using the same name and are very good people versus people using that name and are very bad people, there are a lot of factors that could have contributed to that. Where you were raised, how you were raised, who raised you, and what you were taught growing up. If someone has Capone in the US and I have Capone in Ghana, our socioeconomic activities, our geographical location, our culture and all are not the same. So he could end up bad and I could end up being good. And it might not necessarily be just because I am called Capone. Am I making sense?
You are making a very good sense.
Right.
But the truth is that the purpose of the name might, let's say the name has a bad influence on society.
Right.
But you that you are bearing the name, your behavior, your capability, your characteristics is what will trigger the name to be either good or bad.
Okay.
That is one.
Okay. So it is you that will trigger the name to be good or bad.
Yes.
So someone too could be called Arnold and be very bad. And he being bad is because his own attributes triggered the badness.
Thank you. So let's take a name as Osei Kwame Despite. He's a very popular person, very influential, a very rich person.
Yeah.
Does that mean that if I want to name my son, I should name my son by that name because there is another Despite who is rich?
Should it be so?
It shouldn't be. You have to check. You need an astrologist or a numerologist who will check to see that the vibration of the name or the characteristics of the name, after doing the calculations to know the energy behind that name, to see if it will tally with the child. We might be born the same day, the same month,
the same time,
the same year, the same time, but the second and the minute will always be different. That means we all have different purposes on this earth.
So the names must be checked. So we should desist from I impregnate my wife or my girlfriend and I already have a name in my head. when our baby is born, we'll call her Dora. Or when
I'm not
born,
saying,
we'll call them Michael.
I'm not saying that is bad.
Okay.
Because sometimes what you request from the universe, the universe gives it to you. Yes. So with the positive mind that you are having on that name, probably you are picturing somebody who has that name, and the person had a very good influence on people, or the kind of life that the person lived is the reason why. Yes, but still you have to check.
You still have to check.
You see, an example is that my house naming ceremony doesn't cost more than 10 cedis. I'm telling you the fact. In my house, there is no way I'll tell you we are having a naming ceremony. And then I'll call this friend, call this uncle, call this friend. No.
No way. So if you give birth or if you already have children, your naming ceremony is less than 10 cedis.
I'm telling you the truth. Because part of my family still believe in the sun god. Some still believe in the moon. Because these are beliefs that our forefathers practiced. They practiced. You understand? So in my case, you just need a bottle of schnapp, alcohol, let's say normal vortic water, and then salt water.
That's all.
That's all.
For the naming ceremony.
For the naming ceremony. Now, after they've said the request has been made to the sun or the moon or whatever that we claim we believe in, the sprite will be given to you as a sign that when you come on this earth, there are times that life is very very sweet, enjoyable. They'll give you the salt water to tell you that there are times that it is very difficult, things are hard. Then they'll give you the water as a last thing to tell you that there are times that everything is normal, calm, it's balanced. It's not sweet, it's not bitter. It's not bitter as well. Then the alcohol is what they used to send their message to the sun god or the moon god. This was the practices that were done by Askia Muhammad, Kaya Magan, Monu Matapa Kingdom, and so on and so forth.
And this is what we're supposed to practice?
I can't force people to practice this, but every house with what
they believe in and what they do. But no matter what happens, you should make sure that the name you put on someone connects with the person's spiritual being.
Yes.
Before the person can prosper.
See, when MTN came to Ghana, there are people who change their name as time goes on.
Yeah.
The Ariba we know before, the Spaceful we know before, is it the same as MTN?
No.
So certain companies will be like, we have sold our company. It hasn't been sold. They just want to do rebranding.
Rebranding, change the name.
When the business environment change, you also have to change your name,
your strategy or something. Strategy,
yes, because the marketing strategy you are using when you were in 2006 is not the same marketing strategy you are going to use when you are in
2022.
Thank you. So our names,
but our names cannot be changed like that.
No, I'm not saying it can be changed like that. Right. There are certain people that they might be using only their first two names, their first Christian name and then their surname.
Yes.
But in application of documents or in application of certain things, if they are not getting it, sometimes if we do the calculation and we see that no, add this particular name to your name, maybe the day you were born, you don't use that name.
Yeah.
We after
encourage
checking,
you.
After checking, if it shows that you have to do that, we'll tell you that add this name and make the name 3 or sometimes 4.
4. Add all the names.
Add all the names. All. You see, there are certain people that when they are going for let's say visa application, they don't stress them. I have a typical example. Is one of my cousins. All the visas that he has, he was not stressed. They just look at the name and they say Greenwood. The consulate just laughs. Bam. He has his visa. Go. It has happened several occasions. Yes. So our names are very, very, very important.
Our names are very, very, very important.
No matter the business you are doing, you have to check. Check if the business that you are doing, the name is tallying with the business. Because companies, as time goes on, when the business environment is changing, some of them, they don't change their name, but they change their line of production.
Yes.
MTN now is becoming a technology company, not only basically on mobile telecommunication. You understand? Yes.
So things keep changing. So the name is key. How about people who already have names that are having negative effects on them? What should they do?
Well, if the name is having a negative effect on you, me in person, I also do herbal stuff as well.
Yeah.
So there are certain herbs that we prepare for you to be using to be cleansing yourself.
Okay.
Cleansing yourself. When you talk about your star, to clean your star, to wash away,
to purify you,
you know,
to purify you. Bottom line.
Something happened one day.
Right.
I went to visit a friend in Benin.
Right.
When I got there, then there was an old woman in the house. Then the old woman was like, she spoke away. She said, "Devi kaya for the ale," meaning, which boy is dirty like that? So I understood what she said. So I was looking at myself. I was like, but I mean white jalabia, you know, cool. Then she instructed a man to give me something to bath. So they prepared the herbs instantly. Then I went to bath before the old man was like, "Fifi in the choir.
You are now clean.
You are not clean." Then before I went to greet her. Then the access, how was our trip, blah 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 blah. You understand?
So people can see.
I tell you.
So bottom line, when you give birth, before you give a name to your baby, check. And
don't
if you already have a name too and you don't know what the name is doing in your life, check.
You don't just wake up and say, "I'm naming you after my great grandmother." Did you know the purpose of that your great grandmother? No. You didn't.
So is it all the names that you have to check? Like those who have 2 names, 3 names, or you just have to check your first name or check your second name?
When I'm going to do that, I take all your name,
right,
your date of birth, and then your place of birth.
Right.
Sometimes we take your mother's name. You know, funny enough, there are people who don't even know their date of birth. There are certain people they don't know.
A lot of them.
A lot of them. So by so doing, that's why we take your mother's own if you know it.
Right.
But even if you don't know, when we are doing the definition, the definition for you, it will
be shown. So all your names must be checked. So if you have 3 names and 2 out of the 3 has positive effect on you, are you okay?
You are very okay. But if we have to do something to boost the energy, you know, people would think that boosting the energy we use animals or stuff. No, there are perfumes, candles, incense and stuff that there are certain things you don't even need to come. I'll teach you in your house.
You do it to boost your own energy.
Boost your own
and it will work.
It will work.
So you can have a name that's making everything in life prosper for you.
Oh yes.
And you can have a name that's making everything you have in life spoil. It will dim your spirit, dim your light.
Everything will be dim.
It is that name on you.
It is that name.
You have to change it. How about nicknames? When we go to secondary schools, we pick nicknames upon ourselves. These names do not appear on any documents or be used officially, but it is the name that we are known for. Does those names also have effect on us?
Brother.
Like Virgin Breaker.
My brother, let me give you one example.
TT Mechanic.
There was a guy in our class who named himself Gaylord.
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 He's now a renowned gay.
He was beating at Zamrama line. You know, he's a gay. So he was chatting one guy on Facebook that he wanted to meet the guy. The guy said, come to my area.
Yeah.
So the guy also told the area guys that there was a guy who said he wants to sleep with him. So he came to Zamrama and
they beat him.
At the park. The
Gaylord.
name he used, Gaylord.
Gaylord made them beat him.
It's affecting him.
It's affecting him for free.
For free.
Gaylord.
Gaylord.
Toto Mechanic.
Are you a referral of vagina?
I mean, names like that.
You see, the next time you meet them,
Weedman.
I'm coming. There are certain people, self-acclaimed malams, sheikhs, alajis who have been on this your platform.
Right.
The names that they have changed before they use a new name.
Yes.
The next
get
time
into
meet,
it.
I'll reveal them to you.
Please do. Please do.
Oh.
I know one who was called Obofo, and then he changed the name to spiritual president or something like that. And there are others.
Should I tell you his real name?
It's
not needed. It's not needed.
And a lot of them.
A lot of them.
A lot of.
So the next time,
spiritual father who is maintaining his name.
Grandmaster. Our grandmother too is still maintaining her name.
Still maintaining. But people have changed the name.
People have changed their name. The next time we meet, I'll reveal.
You have to reveal it to me.
I will tell you everybody from north to south. Those who have changed their name from this to that,
and why you think they changed it. I think you need to add the why.
Yes, some of them fraud.
It's okay.
All right.
It's okay.
You don't have to go fast.
It's okay. It's okay. Now, I know with the education that you've given us so far, people are itchy to to call and ask you to calculate names for them.
No problem.
So please put out your contact and then your location.
Well, my number is 0247 098 765.
Again,
0247 098 765. If
Yeah.
you're outside the country, you just do it plus 233 247 098 765.
great. That's if you're outside the country. Add the code plus 233. And where can we locate you?
I'm inside Accra.
Accra.
Yes, please.
Okay, so the name is Dr. Brown. He is versed in calculating names to know whether your name connects with your astral being. And astral being is your spiritual being. So if your name doesn't connect with your spiritual being, you are likely to suffer. If your name connects with your spiritual being, you are likely to prosper. And it says the rainbow has 7 colors. If the vibration of your name does not connect with any of the 7 colors, you are doomed. But is it possible that you have people whose names will not vibrate with any of the colors?
No, once you are under the sun,
Yes.
you are not dead.
You are not dead. Your name will vibrate with one of
Definitely,
the colors.
yes. Because your name is like an like an hydraulic oil.
Oh yeah, okay.
Without it, the engine will not
The
work.
engine will not work.
That
So
is
it's
why
the-
if somebody calls you, you respond.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to curse you now,
They
they
use
will
their
need your
name.
name. If the pastor wants to do, if it's asking you something, your name will be needed. When you marry, your wife will need your name.
Yes, but our names come in different forms based on where we come from.
Yes.
A name like Tetekpo,
Like-
Dakpo,
Avujagla,
Avujagla,
Vigbedo,
Avigbedo,
Akplezelega.
Akplezelega, Jugla, Bakpaku, Alimaza. So all these names, the rainbow understands these names.
No matter where you are, the rainbow
Then the
understands.
rainbow understands languages.
Once you are alive, my brother, whatever that
Adachi.
whatever that is happening here begins in Astra. So it's that.
Pa Abdusal. He understands all those names.
All the names.
Alzen Piele.
Don't go there.
Okay.
Don't go there.
Okay.
Don't go there.
Okay. So the rainbow understands all
Don't go
this.
there.
Alison Water. The rainbow understands all these names.
The rainbow even understand knowledge in Zorgo.
It's okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Brown, for being on
You're welcome, my
Classified.
brother.
You'll definitely be back. I keep telling you, this platform is like, salad. Everything happens here. Both the ones you like and the ones you hate. So 1 minute you hate us, the next minute we are teaching you. You won't get this anywhere, man. We are like that your girlfriend. You hate her, but you always go back to her. I nearly dropped some names. I say it's all right. It's I. I heard you see me there. It's I. Big shots to Eddie that against. We out.
Oh.